those, all my subscribers. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the page, as Trump keeps proving me right. Every time this Trump administration is proving one thing for certain, two things is possible, it's all the same mumbo jumbo. And the mumbo jumbo is this: they have no idea what they're doing. Already, every day there's a new amendment to the tariffs, which tells us what? They have no sense of directions and what the hell it is that they're doing, what they want to do. No plan of attack, nothing. It's bland. Now you might be saying to yourself, why? Why would they go down this road? Doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. The reason you don't get it is because they don't want it to be got. That's why you don't get it. So the fact that you don't get it is because they don't want it to be gotten. Now, Trump today has walked back the tariffs again. Now, phones, computers, and computer chips, whether chips, period, will not have to suffer a tariff under this new revision of the tariffs. So, okay, if that's the case, what are you really doing here? Because those were the biggest components that you could do, but that's going to hurt the United States. So if the U.S. said, oh no, we're fine, no, they're not fine, or they wouldn't be making these alterations to the tariffs. The United States is trying to have a good face, like, how do we not look like we're weak? How do we not look like we're weak here? That's what they're trying to do. In case anybody was wondering, the United States is trying to figure out how not to look weak. How do we not look weak here, fellas? Well, if we just say we make some omissions to phones, because everyone's got in here got an iPhone. We're gonna need an iPhone. We're gonna need computer chips. That's gonna cost us. And computers, that's going to be huge. You know, the tariff rates on that's going to be expensive. The American people will kill us. The markets is going to be destroyed with all this AI technology and the tariffs. That's going to really affect the AI market. Exactly. And Trump couldn't do it because the U.S. Treasury bond would dwindle. So, like I told you guys, this is why he's making these moves. The people around him are making and putting pressure on him to make these decisions. Now, why can't Trump pardon himself in a trial? Because a state conviction he cannot overturn. The president can't just overturn whatever he wants. Doesn't work that way. There's only special rules under consideration could that go down. Trump got convicted in New York, right? He cannot overturn that because it's a state conviction. State conviction, he cannot overturn that. He can't pardon himself from it. Can't pardon state convictions. So the question I ask people, and I try to be as clear as possible. I said, well, maybe if I'm clear with my words, people will understand it. But, sometimes if you're not clear, then people won't understand it. They'll think it's a cop out or what have you. Who knows? People's minds change like the weather, goes up and down. But someone such as myself see the world a little differently. No. Because the way the markets are, it's volatile. So if the markets are volatile, how do you think everything else is going to go and play out? It's going to be volatile. It's only right. Violence only begets more violence. Look at the numbers now. It's deceiving you. If you're looking at the stock market, you see panic, you see concern, you see people that not knowing where this is going to go. I told you, I compared it 4 or 5 days ago to what? You going to the casino with $300, right? You lose, you get down to your last 20, and then you win $200. And you're going, woo, man, I'm glad I got this $200. Then reality hits you. You're still down. You didn't win. The world is full of pretenders. And when you got a pretenders to the throne, uh-oh, hold on. They trying to mess with the audio. Just a bit. All right. Now, the problem is when you walk into different scenarios and situations, you're being pushed to a limit where Trump is forced to make these decisions. And he's being forced to make them because they're going to make him make it. They don't want to have anything go wrong in these times and conditions that's happening in America right now. America's in a point where it's in free fall and up for a right taking. So the United States is like, we got to use some drastic measures to get back into the game, or it's going to be over for us. The trade world is caving in. So everything I've told you has been accurate information, not blah blah blah, not hype, not oh my god. No, the right information. Now, America, we want to be great because, hell, the majority of us are American. We want our stock market to be good. We want our retirement, our 401k money to be there for when we retire. We got something to look forward to. But the way we're going, retirement money and funds and benefits might not be there for us. That's alarming. Mm-hmm. Everything becomes cashless. Well, we're basically cashless now. It's really a cashless world. Everything is on you're living in a new world order where digital cards, everything is put on whatever the number says is your money, that's it. You got to pay money to get your money out. So all of these retirement benefits that the workers have been working half their life for, companies and corporations are shutting down 20, 30, 40,000 jobs, people out of work, banking systems changing. Hell, the banks are closing. So pretty soon, your banking accounts are going to be reallocated to other banks. You can't physically go into a bank and get money now. How is that going to work? In a bank you've been at your whole life, you got to move to another bank. Goddamn cops. This is the thirstiest town for cops I've ever seen. So now you can't trust your bank, the people that got your money. Now your bonds, which you guys don't really understand, that is your 401k money. That's where they're investing your money and pooling it in with everyone else as a mutual fund. So this is going to build up over the years and be your 401k. This is your vice. So now with all this money you've built up over the years, and I was in the global market, that would crush me now. But to build such a portfolio, to have this much in play, it really changes the dynamic of what's really important and what isn't. There's a lot of Simple Simons out there, and when you have Simple Simons you're surrounded by, this kind of becomes the norm. Here's another cop. They just pulling everybody over. It's sweeps week this weekend. Now, there are tons of people out here who have their own analogies mixed in with their own personal feelings. Money is not personal. I'm not going to say having a 401k is bad. It's just what type of 401k plan do you have? There are different types. different situations, different stances. Just facts. Now, when you look at the tables, right? When they say the tables have turned, you want to make sure the tables are turning in your way and not someone else's. For instance, when Trump is making his decision towards computers, well, that's going to free up Taiwan as well as China. And on the phones, on basically the tariffs that they putting on iPhones, Amazon, everything, right? All of the chips that they get from overseas to make these computers here in the United States, if their tariffs is extremely high, that's going to really affect the way they do business here in the United States. So now this alleviates the stress on China with the phones, but it wasn't going to really hurt China, because after the last influx that happened, Apple, I told you, they make theirs in South Korea now and Indonesia. They're having 2 more plants based on what happened last time with China. They've opened up 2 more facilities, one in Indonesia and one in South Korea, as far as making the iPhones, just in case there's a trade war. They did this the last time the tariffs came about and threatened to really cripple their business. But with Trump throwing tariffs all over the place, it doesn't matter where they are. Even at 10%, that's high. So they're like, oh, this is going to ruin the market. And anybody who got stock is going to be thinking twice about holding on to it, especially if they see the numbers going down. And with Tesla, the stock numbers dropped tremendously with Teslas. And, you know, Elon said he was sabotaged and things of that nature. But what they're seeing, whatever's happening, is definitely hurt the stock. Now, I don't have Tesla stock, so this doesn't really matter to me. I'm just saying in general. Well, when you have a mutual fund, normally you're mutually involved in a lot of different things that you didn't sign up for. You feel me? So you mutually didn't sign up to be a part of all of this. You mutually decided to go about a different way. Well, Trump's advisors and the people around him are advising him to change his strategy because it's putting a strain on the U.S. Treasury bond. And if the U.S. Treasury bond is affected, this is affecting the people that voted for him. And these people have money. You're supposed to be helping them make more money. That's why they elected you. Or have less of it taken away from them. You're not doing that. One thing rich white folks don't like more than anything is losing money and paying for things. Rich people find a way to get stuff for free. They don't like to pay. No way. Well, that's good. Because after his news of him slapping those tariffs down, and as low as the Dow went, and as low as the Dow dropped, everybody started to follow suit. And the people that stayed on board, the numbers came up a little bit, but it's still not back to the way it was. And then it went right back down. So no one wins in a trade war. And it's going to make people hesitant to invest, especially when they see themselves losing 20, 30,000. Not really, because if you follow the road, right, if you're following the road to which way it carries and which way the wind blows, then you're familiar with the path and the current that it takes. I don't like when people don't pay me. Now, $700,000 can be put in place, right? And they can try to throw money back at the market. For what? It's only going to be going in the other direction, so I don't even see the point. This is bigger than $700,000. That's not going to put a dent in anything. That's a penny. This is trillions we're talking about. This is the $1 trillion market. Well, everyone deserves a chance, opportunity to do something, that's predominantly right. You know what I mean? Predominantly right. Now you got everybody and their mama trying to run out here and push IRAs. And for what? They don't even understand it. Well, the AI chip, because the AI technology and all of these things have went public, a lot of these companies are, for their technology and these electronic chips that has billions of different applications of storage, right? Then they have chips with compression rates. And with very high Wiseman scores to help compress files down is a monumental breakthrough in technology. Mm-hmm. No matter what it's been or what it's worth, you always want to see something through. You know, you want to be the one to guide something to the next level. And you always want to be able to steer the ship the right way. Trump just stepped in it and he's trying to guide his way out of it without looking like a punk. You know, that's the narrative here. Right. Yeah. Salute. Sincerely. That's what I'm talking about. He bouncing these people up out of here. That's what a moderator is supposed to do. Appreciate that. Trump is trying to right the ship. Okay, America was being taken advantage of by China. That is true. 100% true. China was getting away with what they felt like they could. They was like, look, we got 850 billion of your debt, so we can do what we want to do. And then regular American people who have business in China, it's got a take it or leave it type of application. They can steal your IP and that's that. You can't do nothing about it. They can bootleg it over there, take it, and violate every rule in the book. Patents. You have no protection and rights over there. So just understand, when you're doing something, make sure you're doing it correctly. Because if you're doing it foul, guess what? Just like grape, you're crushed. Absolutely not. I don't see this as a place of opportunity. I see this as a foul recollection of what the market really is about. Are y'all pulling out? Mister, are they pulling out or? I'd say, are y'all pulling out or? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Bow.
Hey, what's up?
Fuck my
Where
baby
you
dad.
been?
Fuck my baby dad. Sorry.
How you been?
I've been good. How about you?
I've been okay.
Right. Well, God damn it, Kevin.
Yeah, you get some ratchet white chicks out here. Very ratchet. I just want to know if they pulling out. If they're not pulling out, then I have to pull somewhere else to go park. hope this is okay. I'm not gonna be here very long. These are the F my baby daddy crowd. It's crazy. Chick got 3 babies with 3 different black dudes. It's white chick. So when she said F my baby daddy, I don't know which one she talking about. So it's crazy. Crazy time. So I'm gonna go over here and get my drink on. Yep, I'm out. Fucking red.